Welcome back, everyone, to another daring live stream episode of TSS Base Builds. The worst content creator on YouTube, the biggest asshole on social media, the beholder of numerous mental health issues, and the absolute worst designer to ever step foot in the virtual world of Fallout 4. I am your host, Luke Materi, aka the Shadow Sovereign, presenting to you in the 1930s transatlantic speech inflection, the 94th episode of Jamaica X-Plane. The settlement is being built to the PlayStation 5 with the next generation update. Be prepared for the most audacious accomplishment from a single human being since Charles Lindbergh's first solo flight across the transatlantic crossing in 1927. This amateur builder plans on building a road from one side of the map to the other. Some may say he's crazy, but we all know it's because he has no life here on planet Earth. To accomplish this ludicrous task, there are now a total of 10 workshops strategically placed around the build, making the extended settlement mod absolutely obsolete. Talking about mods, there are currently 41 mods enabled to assist with the creation of this ambitious settlement build. I have to warn you, however, that although there are little to no rendering issues with this build, it does freeze the game periodically due to the sheer size of the layout. Thus, today, this degenerate, moronic idiot will be working in a low-risk area of the build that is less likely to freeze the game and cause interruption to the live stream. So, I implore you all to sit back and relax your fat, lazy asses back into your couch recliner, your bed, or your overpriced gaming chair, and witness the sorry spectacle of the biggest loser on planet Earth as he attempts to build a settlement that no one will end up liking in the end anyways. It is with my utmost remorse, regret, and disgust that I present to you the amateur architecture of this little shit-asshole loser called the Shadow Sovereign. Nothing like mowing the lawn at the exact same time that I start my live stream. Okay. Have I told you how much I despise living in shared accommodations? Do not get a single second of peace and quiet, even on a fucking Sunday. Welcome back, everyone, to TSS. You get to hear me bitch for 4 hours straight from all the shitty people that I have and deal with in my life. Here, hold on, I just have to make sure I'm live streaming. Looks like I have a live stream going on. Let's make sure I have audio. Okay, I don't like listening to myself talk, so we have audio. Un momento, por favor. Welcome back. Good. Alright, I have to periodically check this. There's some fat sumo wrestler in the backyard mowing the lawn. I think it's the landlord's son. Okay, where the hell were we? Yeah. Come on, boys and gals, let's get it going on. Jolly whiz, geez whiz. Oh, I have no idea where this road's gonna be going. That's the only thing. Thing is, I don't want to be spreading out too far from the main road. I don't know, that road I might have to just leave as is for now until I develop further on in the build here. Oh, where's my hammer? I kind of regret smashing my bed frame yesterday because now it's a little bit difficult to use it as a chair rest for when I do tricep pushes. But it's certainly felt good releasing my anger. Okay, so there's this road here. And this road here. Looks like it used to go down, but perhaps it used to go down here. But I just don't know. I just don't bloody know. So what I think I might do is interconnect the roads here. And have this road maybe go into a cul-de-sac or something. That's hilarious. The moment I turned on the live stream, or the music for my live stream, it was just like sumo wrestler outside started mowing the lawn. So I mean, it's plus 25 outside. Now I'm forced to have my window closed with no air conditioning. So that's fun. I mean, I'm glad they're mowing it because it's the first time they mowed it this year. They usually only mow it like once, twice, 3 times a year, if that. And I am certainly not doing it for free. No, thank you. Been there, done that, exhausted my entire savings for community art projects. I no longer do anything for free. Nope. Learn my lesson the hard way. Alright, well, we can attempt to carry this road on here. I wouldn't mind. See, this could be like an outside border. What's that thing though? Like I said, I don't want to go too overboard with how far out I build from the main road. I can't continue on this way until I can figure out why it's affecting my PA tool. I might have to put another workshop. And that's something that I'll have to do off live stream. So that'll probably entail me starting and stopping the game multiple times. Well, I do have to admit it was kind of funny because my landlord mowed the lawn at 10 o'clock in the morning, which kind of sucked because that's what woke me up. But he mowed the lawn and now there's friggin' grass shavings all over the sidewalk. Like some people just should not even fucking bother. If I was working for a company and did that, not like he's working for a company, but if I worked for a company and left grass shavings all over the friggin' sidewalk and didn't have the grass shavings off the ground picked up and friggin' put in a bag, I would be fired. I've had lawn care companies come to like the rental properties that I've been renting in, and when they use the weed whacker, just all the friggin' grass collects in the front spoiler. I can't even count how many times my MX3 got friggin' grass damage. Again, if I would have done that, I would have been fired. So all these double standards and all the one rule for me and another for thee, it's getting quite tiresome, to be honest. I just don't know what to do here. Just don't bloody know. I decided to go for my hour walk and do a workout as well before I started my live stream. That was my rule today. No live streaming and gaming until I get my exercises done for the day. So at least that has put me into somewhat of a better mood. Maybe we can remodel this building. There's nothing is really jumping out at me as far as the landscaping goes. Really should put a... Oh no, I kind of want to separate these two buildings. It's just like I can't really continue that road until I know what I'm going to be doing with Fallon's here. So I'll have to bring this road down. As far as we got right now. I don't want to continue any further until I get all the perimeters of this building, all these buildings done. And eventually I want to put a workshop inside the hospital. That's something that I am able to do, thankfully. But for some reason, it won't let me do it in the basement in Jamaica Plains. But it's pretty much half of my plan for that place. But I can't build down there for some odd reason. It won't let me. Now, because the majority of these buildings I'm not going to resurface. So that will save a shit ton of processing power. Pretty much the only one that I'm going to resurface here is this one. This is pretty much the only one that I'm actually able to build inside without having to put a separate workshop. So I mean, I could do that. The only shitty thing is I don't have anywhere to grab my PA tools. Suppose I can come all the way down here. It's really not ideal, but or I can use a PA tool here and just get rid of these temporarily. This one here. That's what I think I'll do. It's sweltering hot in here, and I cannot open my window until that sumo wrestler is done outside. Now I have to recall where all this brick stuff is. I believe
it's mostly under wood and miscellaneous, if I remember correctly. There's the windows. You know you're fat and out of shape when you have to take breaks every friggin' 2 minutes along the way. Oh god. Where am I gonna put this thing here? Let's see how high this goes. We're gonna have to mark this with pretty much the top of this thing here. It's not covering all the way to the right. Just gotta make sure that's gonna be high enough. Should be just right underneath that roof. Because I can't eventually hit anyways. Some of this I'm just gonna have to leave, otherwise I'm gonna overload the processor. I'll start wanting to freeze on me. I'm going to impose that new rule once again. It's been a while since I've imposed that rule. Whereas, uh-oh. Okay, good. Thought we might have been fucked there with an PA tool. Imposed the new rule of until I cannot touch any games until I've done my physical exercises for the day. To have that rule back when I was heading to bodybuilding. Fuck. Some of the brick is showing from the old building. I'm sitting down and I'm friggin' sweating my balls off. It's not even July yet. I'm forced to have my window closed because of sumo wrestling. The life of a yogi slash monk in Tibet is starting to look like a more realistic thing every day. It's quite obvious that I have no place in modern society. So it's the best I can do. Let's make sure I'm still live streaming. Since it just loves to turn off whenever it feels like. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that I'm streaming all the time. Too many times that I've had it stop streaming even though it said it's streaming on my PS5. That's hilarious. You can't go more than 2 minutes of mowing the lawn without stopping. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's why military training needs to be fucking mandatory, man. That's the exact reason why. The spectacle standing outside. The thing is, with all these broken windows, well, it's so nice of people to slam their door. That's an entrance way. I absolutely fucking hate living in shared accommodations, man. I fucking hate it. I had to go through it in the fucking military. Now I have to go through it all fucking over again, but this time in my freaking late 40s. Well, mid 40s, I suppose. That would be a more accurate thing to say. I wonder how many of you could stand living with friggin' disrespectful people, not getting any sleep, not being able to use the washroom whenever you want, not being able to cook whenever you want. Could you get used to being the last person that cooks? Or not being able to cook at all during the day? I wonder how many of you would have a mental breakdown if you lived the way I had to live. Most of you wouldn't take too kindly to it, I know that much. Well, there's another place that has brick, and I think it's full of floor down here. Which is under barn. These structures. I don't think I'm gonna find it here. So I just have to refamiliarize myself where all the brick stuff has been. So it's been about 3 or 4 months since I've worked on remodeling any of this crap. There's a few places that I can check. Oh my god, it's fucking sweltering in here, man. If it's plus 25 outside, how hot do you think it's in my room right now? With no window open. In the upstairs. That's about plus 30. Plus 35. This is another. There we go. That's what Luki is looking for. And yesterday I had to listen to friggin' motorbikes, hogs, and friggin' crotch rockets all day, friggin' going down Crowchild as their own personal fucking racetrack. And then going is Charleswood is directly off of Crowchild. There's no stop sign, so it's just like people usually do 90 to 100 on Crowchild. So people, once they hit Charleswood, are doing about 60, 70, 80, 90, and sometimes up to 100 kilometers per hour. And do you think there's any cops around Charleswood to put a stop to it? Nope. Just gonna make sure these are lined up correctly. I can't print it down that far down. I want to keep it flush. That top piece. Well, it's certainly out of line, but it doesn't look horrible. And even when I do get an air conditioner, or even when I can afford an air conditioner, I'm supposed to pay my landlord an extra $75 a month to rent it. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be talking to the Residential Tenancy Agreement, RTA. RTD/S can't do very much about it because it's shared accommodations, and RTS stands for Residential Dispute Tenancy something. I had to go through them with, well, really all my landlords have been fucking nightmares. Put my PA tools on. I already dropped it over there. Oh, is it safe for me to open my goddamn window? Or do I just need to start burning some wood in here and turn my whole room into an actual fucking sauna? Okay. I have to say, I fucking hate the summertime. It is my least favorite season of the year. By far. That's for three main reasons. The two biggest main reasons are A, there's too many fucking people outside. Two, which is the number one reason why I hate summer, is people with their obnoxious cars, motorbikes, crotch rocket, hogs, whatever you want to call them, are outside and causing the hugest amount of noise pollution. And then number three would be the heat. The heat's honestly the last thing. It's those first two that really annoy me. My favorite season would be fall. That's the best temperature. Anywhere between -5 and +15 is the perfect temperature for me. Hell, I'm even willing to settle for -10 to +15. Yeah, I can't fucking use this window for anything, can I? Excuse me. Yeah, even having the window open has pretty much no effect. Are these evenly spaced apart? Not really. Oh, ish. It's not ideal, but whatever. I don't like that little thing showing up top. I might as well get these entrances prepped. What I think I might do with this house is just board all this up so you can't see inside. But as far as resurfacing anything else other than that, I think I'll just leave it. Better do a save. Alright, so the only thing left that I have to do today is meditation. Probably do at least a half an hour. Really, I should be doing an hour because my thoughts don't really settle down until after the first half an hour, but I haven't meditated in quite some time, so I think half an hour will suffice. Oh, what the hell is I doing? See the top. Oh God. Well, I guess I should prepare for being miserable for the next 4 months. Disgusting wood frame. Yeah, the hell is it? It's still one. That's the one, yeah, that's the one. Oh, that's the Vons. An extra $70 to run my fucking air conditioner. If I had one. I find that hilarious. Thought code was to have a house anywhere between 68 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what we learned in plumbing and heating. I don't think I'll be able to re-grab that. So, I do want it sticking out a bit further. The very bottom of the frame is right there. I want to make sure that I'm not outside of that. No horror. That's better. I can live with that. I'm not sure how much remodeling I'm going to be doing in here anyways. So I can't get rid of any of this stuff. I can get rid of the house. Getting rid of the house will cause glitches for the hospital. So I don't know. should have done this before I put all this crap away. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just don't know. I can't see bloody anything here. Can't really push that. I don't really want to push it out further than that. So I do want to get it flush with the stuff that's on top. That might be decent, I suppose. And cover the ground up with something. Just want to get rid of that disgusting green. Looking at that green is making me want to vomit. I can't see that. Flubber dubber side. Flubs. Let's try to see if that flush. I think so. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Much better than it was before. So now, I'm going to do the same thing to this bottom side here. Because not only am I going to work on it until it's better, I'm going to work on it till it's better. Because things are not better unless you say it in an English accent and say better. Because who cares about proper pronunciation of words? What we want here. What bloody wanker's doing? Oh, why am I so fucking itchy? I do want that pushed over, but then how am I going to cover that little corner there? I'll have a piece small enough to be able to do that. I think I'll have to do. And this we can cover up with something. This wall will remain as is. This wall will remain as is. We have a nice little service area for HVAC. There's quite a large unit for this small building, though. It's an exceedingly large HVAC unit for a building of this size. Must be a grow-up. No. I think I'll do now. Perhaps replace the awning. Awnings, where the hell are they? There's two spots in which I can find them. I think it's in here. So this is also brick. but it's the thicker brick. It's exactly the same, all other than this. USO doesn't have that, nor does it have this, but other than this stuff, it's the exact same as USO. Well, it's quite a lot more in depth. Oh, I don't know where the fuck to find a line. It's kind of hard. I think that's pretty much flush. Can't see that left side. I'm pretty sure right now it's overlapping. I don't know where it is. I might as well continue the yawning all the way down to here. Flush. It's kind of hard to make this flush because the walls aren't completely flush themselves. I think I might have to just get a smaller piece. Bring that all the way on over. If it's this hot and friggin' not even the end of May, I cannot wait until July and August. Oh, is that gonna be fucking fun? I think I'm bitchy now. Wait until those months. I don't know if I want that 2 minutes doing right now. Get some door frames in here to further define what I'm going to be doing here. The game is pretty much 100% stable over here. The same cannot be said with the main build. Do I want to keep it brick or do I want to turn it into chrome? What is the brick fucking doing anyways? These aren't in USO either. to be chrome. Oh, it's so hot. Trying to get this flush. Fuck. Like if those motorbikes, the hogs, well, both of them, crotch rockets and hogs, if those annoy the hell out of me, how the hell can people stand friggin' riding them? With that constant fuck. Is this a saloon? I think that's gonna kill him out. Just gotta get these out of here so I can actually get a floor in. Fuck, people love slamming the doors in this house, eh? The new tenant's a scrawny little skinny tall person, and yet when he goes up and down the stairs, you can swear to God he's a 300-pound fat man. This stuff I can probably hide because I'm not sure if I can hide this or not. So yeah, that's going to impede on. And I can't really touch that without really screwing the design here. Oh, what are these things anyways? Some sort of a button. Parking? Now this I can make into a ledge. That's not a big deal. We'll certainly do something with that. Well, how very gracious of you, game. Oh, shit. What about this gigantic one? Do you really want me to pick that up? Nope. Fuck you, Lukey. You're just gonna have to build around it. At least let me get rid of this crap. And upstairs will be much cleaner now. Well, that's the crappy thing about these brick walls, is that they're not double-sided brick. So you have to double them up. That's what I had to do in the Jamaica X-Plane build. So I'm even wondering if I'm going to do that with this. Like, I'll finish off the floors and stuff like that, but yeah. Okay. Let's get flooring in here prepped. I don't know how I'm gonna do it with all this fucking junk in the way. I gotta get rid of any of this shit. It's only a matter of time before I snap, and hopefully there'll be no one around me. Like, what the heck are these friggin' drains for? What the fuck? Let me see if I can figure this out. You will never see a drain that loops in on itself like that. That's certainly not an expansion door joint. Yeah, that would not be used as an expansion joint. I have no idea why they have it like that. Well, that's the #1 rule in plumbing. You never have plumbing that goes back into the flow. So yeah, this totally does not make sense. I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be. Or what that was serving, because that goes directly down to the roof. Yeah. I don't know who put that up there, and I don't know why there's such a massive HVAC unit in plumbing that does not make any sense. Wow, do they have any tradespeople on your staff, Bethesda? Do you have any foremans or project managers that actually know code? Or did you just put utilities here without actually knowing what the hell you're doing? Well, that looks cool. I have no idea what the fuck that's supposed to be. First off, you wouldn't have it rising that high. That's most certainly a drain, it's not a vent. I would say it's some sort of a line set for refrigerant, but nope. I don't understand that plumbing. Okay. Oh, let's get this stupid floor in. Floor. Wood. An expansion joint is something that you'd have on top of a roof. We do that in gas fitting, and you have to run like 100, 200, 300 feet of gas line on the roof. What you do is you make a 90, it almost looks like a half square. That's basically what it is. So when it heats up or cools down, the pipe can expand and contract. That's the whole point of an expansion for metal. Those coefficients for copper and crap like that were the different temperatures, how much it expands, how much it contracts, according to temperatures. So that's why you would have an expansion loop. But I don't know why the fuck you would put an expansion loop up there for. It serves pretty much no purpose. So I think I'll just put this down close to the ground as I can. Which is pretty much going to be right there. And the rest of this crap is going to have to stay up there. I highly doubt that I'm going to be doing anything inside of here other than the remodeling of it. The whole goal isn't really to make this into a town past Jamaica, but just to make it look pretty. The road has some interest all the way down to the glowing sea, assuming I'm able to accomplish that task. That's another reason why I really want to get my Jamaica X-Plane build done. It's because I want to start concentrating on exercising and getting my body up to snuff to where it was before. So right now, I think I can only curl 30s for like 12 reps, whereas before I can curl 40s, 15, 15, 12, and the very fourth set would usually be around 8 to 10. I need to grab it from a different vantage point here. Even my shoulder pressure, shoulder presses have been suffering. I'm only doing 40, 45s with dumbbells, and I used to be able to do 60s, 15, 15, 12, 10. Okay, I keep fucking up. So we need the horizontal lines. I need to grab it from here. That fan that I have is absolutely fucking useless. Does that thing even blow any air? If you have a job with an air conditioning in your job, well, that isn't much of a job. You should try being a tradesman. Having to work in minus 30, minus 40, all the way up to plus 40, plus 45. No air conditioning outside, is there? We'll have to put this down and grab it again. Might be able to make a map out of this or something, but it's unfortunate. This whole building's pretty much really unfixable. I'll try my best, but it's can't do much when I can't get rid of that debris. Apparently they don't have shovels in the future. Tool. Scheißes. Oh, have to do another PA tool cleanup after this stream. I can put one more here. Oh, fix the front of the house. I had no idea that Chester, whatever his last name is, from Lincoln Park, ended up unaliving himself in 2017. That should be a huge warning and reminder to people that depression is a very silent disease. And it's something that the best of us even suffer from. I have major depression. So even though people might portray something on the outside, what they're battling in on the inside is totally different than what they're giving out to the world. So let's finish the top here. Quite a very complicated life too. Very rough upbringing. Father was abusive. Parents divorced. Lived with his father. Started doing hard crap before he was even a teenager, for God's sakes. Quite unfortunate. Fairly talented singer as well. It's unfortunate that we lost him. Some people just don't get what depression's all about. I had my own family snicker at me. Oh, depression. That's what my family's response was. That's just one of my mental health issues. The worst one is severe anxiety, because that's not only mental, but that's physiological as well. My limbic system is fried. So I mean, I'm not overly anxious about anything, but my limbic system has a different story on that. My symptoms really flare up if I don't get any sleep. Like if I only get 2-3 hours of sleep, then my body starts shaking like uncontrollably. And I'll start getting chest pains. It's not good if I get lack of sleep. I get lack of sleep pretty much 80% of the time. Already have a hard enough time getting to sleep on my own. You can imagine how difficult it is living in shared accommodations. Actually, probably most of you can't imagine how difficult it is unless you have actually gone through what I'm going through. I mean, people have it much worse than me over in the East. Like, if we're gonna be poor, Canada's the place to be poor. Probably need to go lengthwise now. A little bit more difficult fitting this in. I don't think a lot of people really realize how lucky they are to grow up in Western culture. A lot of you really take it for granted. And I think a lot of you need a really harsh wake-up call. So quite a few of you have never had to face adversity. place this exact, at least I can re-grab it from this vantage point. That's decent. My energy levels are starting to drop slightly. I think I will have to make another serving of some tea soon, yeah? Make some tea for Zephyr. Zephyr gets really angry if he does not have his tea. He needs to have his biscuits and tea for the morning. Otherwise, mein Führer will be quite furious. Have I mentioned how hot it is in this room? If not, I think I'm going to mention it again. Oh, these inside walls are disgusting. Should push that over all the way so it's hiding that. It's better push this a little bit closer so it's hiding that puke green. But now I'm going to be out of line, so we can't do that. Fuck it, we don't have to get exact with this building. Oh, this headset's crushing my face. Nothing small enough. Well, I mean there is, but not of this type of lid. So we'll have to think of something like that later. finish this flooring off, and then I can go take a pee and make some tea. Pee and tea. And then tea and pee. Because I will eventually have to go pee again after I have some tea. I have my nice little pee-pee jars here in my room in case one of the roommates is monopolizing the washroom, which happens pretty much every day. And it's funny because we're not allowed to use the downstairs washroom, but the landlord's allowed to use the washroom up here and piss all over the toilet that I clean. So I'm in charge of cleaning our washroom pretty much because I'm the only one that I trust to clean it. So I clean it monthly while I stay on top of it all the time. But yeah, I'm not really appreciative of my landlord peeing all over the place when he's not supposed to be even sleeping up here. And then me cleaning up after him. Gross. Thank God for Tibetans. Okay, so what I will put here is probably a white triangle. Make sure that's not puking out on the outside. It is puking out on the outside. I knew I should check that. My God, is it fucking hot in this room. Oh, why don't you buy an air conditioner? Well, even when I do buy an air conditioner, if I'm ever able to afford one, I have to pay an extra $75 a month to run it. Fuck. Yeah, I'll be talking to RTS. Luki has no more time for fucking around. Luki has now imposed zero tolerance policies on fucking around. Really the closest I'm going to be able to get to that, isn't it? That friggin' corner's going to be jutting out of the wall there. Oh my God, this looks horrible. I mean, yeah. I could put it like that and then just see what I can do with whatever's poking out on the outside. That's kind of hidden. They're both kind of hidden. I mean, I can hide it further by doing something with it. So let's get one more piece of flooring in. And Mickey's going to take a quick 4 to 5 minute break and grab some water and some tea. And then I'm going to go pee. And then I'm going to talk like this for the rest of the live stream. I don't know like why people talk like this when they talk to other people. They have this stupid inflection. Like they're talking like an 8-year-old boy who never learned how to speak properly. I just don't know why people speak like this. Really annoying. Actually, let's save it, because it almost froze there. Like, I don't know, I don't understand why people aren't aware of what they're saying, and they just say stuff without even being conscientious or cognitive or cognizant of what they're actually saying. I've been observing humanity's change over the course of 46 years. It's quite interesting. Quite interesting. Alright, that's a little bit better. We can probably actually put a fireplace here. Meow. Because it's, this is screaming, please put a fucking fireplace inside of me. So perhaps we will do that right meow as well, meow, meow. Oh, let's get this in before I go. Fuck, is that fucking hot in this fucking goddamn fucking place. Oh my word. Where the hell is the fucking fireplaces? Oh, let's just make this easy. I almost froze again. And go to Creation Club. I know it'll be under here. I think. Should be under there. Yeah, it says under there. Yeah. That's horrible. Like, ugh. Yeah, there's just not enough contrast there. Well, I know which roommate is coming up the stairs right now. Like, I'm a bit overweight right now, but you can't hear me walking up the stairs. There we go. That's better. Good. Okay, let's go put my tool away because I am such a fucking huge tool. Actually, I don't even like referring to them as roommates because they are not my mates. Let's refer to them as neighbors. Would be a more appropriate thing to say. Okay, I'll be right back. Un momento, por favor. button. Tea steep for about 9 minutes with an occasional stirring. Actually, I need my spoon for occasional stirring. As it is. Excellent. I buy a loose black tea instead of pouches. I have a strainer specifically meant for tea and coffee. Well, not a strainer, it's like a perforated metal thing. So all the bits don't get in the coffee. Oh, yeah, what the fuck was I doing? I lost my train of thought. Excuse me. Okay, well, we should probably do the walls now. Do we want to do it in brick? Excuse me. I don't see why not. This looks like it was definitely another floor. But that pipe does not make any sense at all then. Like, what the fuck is that pipe for? I'm gonna have to get on the roof to see what kind of termination there is on that. I'm gonna have to build some scaffolding anyways, eventually, so I may as well do it right now. Yeah. It should be high enough for now. Actually, what I want to do, I'm able to grab this with the PA tool and slightly raise it. I want to be exactly level with the roof. Right there, pretty close to being level. A little stairwell for here. That's not gonna happen. Well, yeah, I'll just have to coerce it to happen. occasional stir. Excellent. Darken down leaves. Make sure there's no rogue leaves on the top of this not getting soaked. Yeah, I know. I don't know why the heck they would put that. This is the roof. Yeah, even the roof doesn't make sense because this looks like it would be another additional floor onto this. But the very fact that they have a vent termination, whatever the fuck this plumbing's for, that does not make any sense. I mean, in my 20 years of plumbing, I've never seen anything like this. Well, I mean, like that. Obviously, I've seen pipe, but nothing that does not make sense like that. Like, unless this is for a basement that I don't know about. And you have a couple, that's flanged, smaller diameter one's flanged, and then whatever this pipe would be for, the smallest one. But you wouldn't have water service going through the top of the roof. Your water service always comes from the ground and then goes up. Even in high rises, it's always in the basement. That's what you have pumps for. So, yeah. I don't know if these designers just looked at pictures and they're like, oh, that looks cool. Let's get this roof in. In fact, since this is closer to where I need to be, weird. Oh. Looks like I got rid of that HVAC unit. Oh, that's fine. It doesn't belong there anyways. Not for a building this size. Definitely not. Not for a building that size. You don't need a massive HVAC unit that looks like it can take care of an entire factory. Can I grab this one up here? Probably. It'll save me a trip. They go down all the fucking time. I'll probably want some stairs to be able to go here. That'll give me a nice view down here. Maybe I'll make some alleyway stairs somewhere, I don't know. Not sure if I'll have room or not, actually, now that I'm thinking of it. Oh, that's nice. Can you do that for back here? Okay, yeah, that'll work. That will work quite nicely. Where the fuck's my toilet? That's the thing, though. I'm not really swearing, though, am I? Fuck isn't a swear word. It's an acronym. It stands for fornication under the consent of the king. So what exactly am I swearing? Same thing with saying shit. Shit is another acronym. Store high in transit. So exactly what swear words am I saying? The swear words that you're indoctrinated into thinking that were swear words? Those swear words? You can't fool me. It's getting harder and harder to gaslight me as well. Slightly raise that. Bring it over a bit. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab some more light here. I don't want to put any street lights. Oh, that's way past 9 minutes. It's 3 minutes past. Okay, let's just start this here. That's good. Sweet roll here, so we get all freaking juice out of them, and the coffee, and the tea out of it. There we go, there you go. You little slut, and take that packing. Excellent. Oh, good. Beaker disappeared. Just changed shade. See how it's changing shade. That beaker. orb beaker. Glass orb beaker. Glass cylindrical orb beaker. Glass cylindrical orb beaker for condensing purposes for chemistry. Is this supposed to be? It's almost like a meth lab. Shit. How did I fuck that up? There's no gaps. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll have to find some sort of a trim. There's one thing that I have in mind. I suppose I can use. Probably be the easiest. fuck's sake, these little fucking black beetles are all over the place. Only during the fucking summertime. They go through the friggin' window. The screen. Fuck. So every time I itch, I'm not sure if it's a fucking black friggin' beetle crawling on me or fucking if it's just an itch. I have a funny feeling these invasive species are getting dropped by the air. Ugh. Because this did not start happening until about, well, this summer and last summer, or the 2 summers that I've noticed it. So the summer of 2024 and the summer of 2025 is when I started to notice these really tiny black beetles. Now what do I hear? Friggin' driving down fucking Charleswood? Fucking crotch rocket. I mean, no need to do friggin' 60 there when you can do friggin', that's about 70 kilometers per hour right there. Oh, fuck. People just do not know how to fucking close doors, do they? God damn it. I fucking hate living in shared accommodations. Quite honestly surprised that I'm not in jail yet. It's gonna end up that way pretty soon. I'm gonna have to deal with this shit any longer than I already have to. That's gonna fuck with that. Well, I'll fuck with the termination, but do I care? It'll end up covering it up. Because I don't want that going out too much further than that. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is start collecting these beetles. And once I can't follow up with the health inspector, I'll show her. It's the same thing with the friggin' stove / oven being infested with cockroaches. She's like, well, can you show me any? And I'm like, they're very intelligent. They're not going to come out until they know no one's in the friggin' kitchen. So the only time they really come out is when the kitchen's not being used very often. And I'm usually down there when no one else is down there at nighttime, because that's pretty much the only time I can fucking cook in peace. It's either at fucking midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning. Which, by the way, is the absolute worst time to freaking eat. You shouldn't eat after the sun has gone down. But I really don't have much choice, otherwise I won't be eating. Yeah. As long as it completely covers whatever the fuck this expansion joint is supposed to be. That's the pure definition of an expansion joint right here. Except instead of it going vertical, it would be laid on the roof, flat. And then you never lay a gas line directly on the roof, so they have pre-made little platforms you put so it's not directly on the roof. Stick it a bit more. Every time I'm itching, I'm fucking freaking out because I'm not sure if it's just an itch or a fucking black beetle crawling on me. Here's another one. No, that's not one. God damn it. And it's not like I can close my fucking window, can I? So they're getting in somehow. We can pop that a bit further. Let's see if we can cover that whole 90-degree. That's better. So, I'm able to lay this on. Should be able to get that over on top. Fuck. Yeah, I never see these beetles during the wintertime. Only during the summer. When it starts becoming this fucking disgusting weather. Fucking tropical rainforest weather. I'd much rather live in a friggin' colder region than a hot region. Much prefer that. Back by about an inch. Half an inch to 3/4. I would say more like a half an inch. Oh, it's out by about an 1/8 of an inch. Almost good. It's slightly. I don't even think I moved it. Oh, whatever. That's fine. Oh, good enough. I wonder how bitchy office workers would be if they didn't have any air conditioning. Imagine if they had to stand up. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho. I should see if I can get that in. I can grab that PA tool, but first I need some scaffolding over here. Okay, good. It's just gonna cover that. So I'll need to use short. Well, let's just grab it down a little. Sorry, the tea's making me burp. Grab it a little further away. Like I might redo the green part of this high school only because there's no windows that I'm going to be blocking off. So that part I might actually redo. But as far as everything else, yeah, not so much. Like I said, I don't want to go too overboard, because the goal is to make it to the glowing sea. But then again, I do want to be building workshops in the hospital, the high school. Fallon's is over there. Assuming that the game doesn't catastrophically get corrupted at any time. Because that can most certainly happen. And hopefully, most certainly, it won't happen. Yeah. Damn, are the lines on this side? They sure fucking are. Yeah. Gonna have to sure fucking are. Oh, fuck. See, every time this friggin' cord for my headset brushes up against my skin, I think it's a fucking black beetle. I should be able to grab a long piece. From the top. Okay, I have no idea what fucking line I'm gonna go off of here. Absolutely no idea. What I'm gonna have to do is grab it from a different position. Grab it from over here, and from over here. This one back. Okay, fireplace is there. So really wish there was a thinner friggin' vent than this. Okay, what I actually might do, I'll have to stick this in on the inside. Is going to be popping out? That is the question. Hopefully that's just popping just above the chimney. We're in a completely different spot. Okay. That's fine. Put it in a bit, I'll be able to do it straight, so it's not going at an angle. And I'm just going to back it up a count here. A little more than a count here. Okay. Now, what I need to do, I really would like to be able to put some stairs up here. We will see. Oh, that's such a disgusting tasting tea. All the good tasting tea is A, really expensive, and B, it doesn't have any caffeine in it. You won't really notice that it's not exactly centered. Try to hide that as best as I can. I don't want it popping through the front of it. That's just gonna grab that. Scheiße. Let's see. I can grab this from the roof. Put it right here. I should be able to hold it right there. I should grab it now. Well, this is still part of Jamaica Plane, but it's not really as well. It's kind of hard to explain. Hold on here a second. I don't want that popping through. I'm calling it Jamaica X-Plane because I'm not quite done with Jamaica X-Plane yet. So this is just, I think this is west going towards the glowing sea. I'll show you here in a second. Okay. So we're right at the high school. The hospital's here. That's Fallon's. Jamaica Plains is back here. So what I'm going to do is Jamaica Plain is almost 100% finished. So I made roads that go all the way around the mini lake. And the road right now is going up to about here. My goal is to make a road that goes all the way up to here in the glowing sea. But that's a little ways away. Because I do plan on putting a workshop into the high school, a workshop into the hospital, and Fallon's is just beyond this building. Just let me get one more save in here, just in case it becomes corrupt. Have you seen this build before? Or your first time stopping by? Not really. I mean, I can get it done probably in about 2 or 3 days if I really wanted to. But look at what I've gotten done thus far. Yeah, so this build's been going on since November 2024, and there's about just a little over 430 hours. So I'm going to do a video on Jamaica X-Plane here probably, well, by the end of June. But I don't want to continue working on the interior until I get some more cannabis. This is a lot of high detail stuff that I really have to think about. Statue has to move over about 3 feet. So the road is right about there. So yeah, from there to here I've already built. So I'm almost, that's pretty much halfway. And then this road goes all the way around the project, kind of like a ring road. I'd call it ambition. If you knew what I did with my land art projects, that was dedication. That was also a massive sacrifice on my livelihood and my way of living. So I'm still building in here. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with this, but this type of stuff I can't build during the live stream because it is prone to freezing. So I'll have to do that off stream. But this used to be the raider camp that I want to turn into like a Bohemian Grove type of place. That road I might extend a bit further so it can connect up to the Fallon Road. This retaining wall by the high school I got done yesterday. I just need to add some more lights. I'm kind of doing it in stages. If something doesn't feel right, then I'm just not going to build it. And 430 odd hours isn't very much, considering what is that, 6-7 months of work. But then again, it's just like I really can't be doing 60-hour weeks on this build for the simple fact that I can't rush creativity. Like I said, if something doesn't feel right, then I'm not going to be pushing it. So I don't want to go into the build too much because the more I scour around and do laps around the build, the game will become prone to freezing. It's stable over here though. And this is what I got done yesterday during my stream late night. I can't really sprint. I don't want to overload it. And I stopped here because I'm not sure how I'm going to be doing the pathway. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do Fallon's before I can extend this. And I'll show you where the road is right now. And if it wasn't for the PS5 next gen update, there's no way in hell I'd be able to do this. Not a chance. Right now the road goes up to here, bird. There we are, right there. So that's quite a distance. Yeah, like even with Jamaica Plane, I wouldn't be able to build as big as I am. If this was with the PS4 version, even using the PS5, I would have only been able to build it probably a third of what I've built it up to be. But you can see we're right here, and that's about halfway is probably right about here at the crossroads. So I mean, this would only take me about an hour or two to get up to here. If I really wanted to, I can get here in about 2 days. But the thing is, as I'm building the road, I'm also building around the perimeters of these buildings, because I do want to be putting workshop inside the high school, the hospital and Fallon's, and I'm building those up. Same thing with the, what's it called here? Hangman's Alley. If I was on the PS4, or using the PS4 version with Hangman's Alley, it would have been done at 8 times the build limit, because that's when it started to freeze on me, on the PS4 version. And I got that up to, I think, 23.5 times the build limit before I did my video on it. So yeah, they did an excellent job with the next gen update. I have to give them kudos for that. And this is all I've done with the hospital thus far. Yeah, that's that. Not much to the build. Pretty straightforward. We'll have to cover that up. Unless I can re-grab that. If you want to check out Hangman's Alley, just let me know. Yeah, like I've got quite a bit of detail inside of Jamaica Plane. But there's obviously going to be quite a few buildings that aren't going to be done. So, I mean, that's at what, 49.225. I really can only want to push it to about 52. I don't want there to be any more issues. That's the thing, if I stick it out any further, then it'll show through the fireplace. So, I'll show you what I can cover that up with. Is that equidistant on either side? Huh. But you have to keep in mind also that this thing can get corrupted at any time. This is really uncharted territory for me before. So right now I have about 10 workshops that are all laid out. Just gonna get it to hide that one corner. I mean, I could spend 5 years on this if I really wanted to, assuming it doesn't get corrupted at any time. Yeah, that's why I always make multiple save files. I have way too much experience for that, with that stuff. So I take all the precautions necessary to make sure that doesn't happen. Like if you over congest one load area, is what the next gen update did, was gave objects priority rendering. So objects like the turrets, for example, won't render in once I'm far away. And the second thing it did was decrease the size of the loading area. So it segmented all the grids to be a lot smaller. So you have a lot more load area in just, a single square mile or a single however big area. So those are two things that they did. Give priority rendering to certain objects, and then 2, decrease the size and make multiple load areas. That's why the processor can handle a lot more. All they have to do is supply me with a good PC and I can build even bigger. Because time isn't an issue for me. It's just the crappy gear that I have. Workshop anywhere. I have the extended settlement mod. But to be able to do this, you have the workshop anywhere mod as well. So that's a workshop anywhere. Workbench, I have one over here. If I can find it. Right here. It's another workshop. That's how I'm able to build in succession. But this is the first time that I've done that. On the PS4 Pro, I did use a workshop bench anywhere to build in a location, but I've never actually stacked them one after another. Oh, crap. Particularly when I have that gap there. Like I have save files of this game before I even started building up here. And it also depends where you save as well. If you save into a high demand load area, then you won't be able to reload that save. And this game is very much about out of sight, out of mind. So if you're not directly looking at an object, if you're like this, then it's not going to be rendering a lot of objects that you're not looking at. So there are a couple spots that if I save inside of Jamaica Plains, it'll save, but it won't actually load the game. It'll freeze the game. So you also have to be careful and conscientious of where you're doing your save files. And this just comes with knowing the system. Like I've been building for the past 8 years. I have probably around 5,000 hours of build experience. I started building on the PS4 Slim with no mods, on the PS4 Pro with mods, and then moving on to the PS5. I mean, I could give you a mini tour, but just keep in mind that it could freeze at any time in here. Let's give you a brief tour. This side especially is prone to freezing. Well, that's the thing, I can't stream through my laptop, so if PS5 freezes, then the stream is done. If I had a decent PC with a capture card, it could freeze all it wanted to, then it would just go to the console menu and I could just re-enter it. Can't do that, unfortunately. Yeah, all my builds are pre-war. I mean, this could be post-war as well. I mean, making concrete after post-war is easy. It only requires a few materials that you find off the land. So on my lore, this would be post-war. Don't forget, this is 200 years after the bombs fell. Let's take a look at Chernobyl or Fukushima. Chernobyl is a friggin' thriving forest. People really have a huge misconception on what the fallout does. Same thing with Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Those places are now cities again. No, I have my own lore. It has to do with Voltron and Minutemen. Voltron was, well, you'd have to watch my movie. I made a Fallout 4 movie in three parts about 7 years ago. It's about 4 hours in length. That gives you the complete lore. I mean, there's quite a bit of detail in some places, but this is all unfinished. Like this, since it's in 4 quadrants, I wanted to make it for fire, earth, water, and air. And I make it into some sort of like meditation or ceremonial area. But it's just a little bit, I'm a little iffy on over-congesting this area. Because right now, even though it does freeze from time to time, it's still fairly stable. this is a huge plot of land here that I would like to make into something, but I'm most likely just going to leave as is. Same thing within here. The extended settlements got me up to where this fence line or this gate, the door is. And it got me up to here. Anything past this is all workshop anywhere. So this I want to make into like a Bohemian Grove. This used to be the Raider camp. The amount of mods I have, I like. The only thing that I wish I could have is CVA, custom vanilla assets, because I would love to be able to put waterfalls and fire and smoke wherever I wanted to. But with the amount of mods that I have now, there's no way that I can run CVA. It's supposed to be for a vertibird. And that just drops all the way around. Yeah, there's a lot of mods that PlayStation doesn't employ. CVA helps rectify a lot of it, but you'll never be able to do what you can do on Xbox and PC. That's fine. I like being able to push a system that not very many other people push. I don't really want to be lingering in this area for too long, as it might freeze. This is supposed to be a gym / like spa. This building's probably going to remain unfinished. Water building. Directly behind it is the power building. I'll know when it freezes. It'll lag when it goes into a new load area, but you'll be able to see how many different load areas there are every time it lags. Like once I reach up about here, it'll go into a different load area. Should be going into a different load area. Oh, 2 of them. Have you seen Hangman's Alley before? Would you like to see Hangman's Alley? Hangman's Alley was the first build I did with the next gen update. That one has a lot of detail in it. We'll do a quick tour of Hangman's Alley. I just have to keep track of the time here. 2 hours, 50 minutes. Just so I know how much build time I have towards this build. Actually, it'll be better to do this. Build it in style. You'll see how many times it lags out when I get the vertibird here and we're up in the air. Yeah, with the PS4 I did about 8 years ago. So I don't do the storyline now. Oof, rough. That was a ride. It's kind of like Skyrim. Before all the mods came out, like I had already completed Skyrim about 5-6 times. I have it downloaded now, but with all the mods, I have about 150. But I just can't really get back into the game. Let's hope it doesn't freeze.
Glad to have you aboard, sir. All weapon systems are go.
Oh,
Good
I'm
shooting.
not sure. I think it's USO by Andrew. I have 41 mods downloaded in total. And they're all pretty much building mods, with some exceptions. Like never any rain or rad storms. Because after doing 4,000 hours of building, having a rad storm or rain during the middle of the day all the time is just frustrating. And then I will have all the Creation Club content as well. Well, all the building stuff anyways.
Stand by for landing.
Minutemen. Always Minutemen. This is Hangman's Alley. This is with the extended settlements mod. Yeah, the stuff shouldn't be glitching out. It's because I have Scrap That Settlement mod downloaded, and every time I have that mod downloaded, there's areas in this build that glitch out, but as soon as I disable the mod, then the areas go back to normal.
We'll kill you if we have to. Just leave.
Oh, it's just loading up. It has a lot going on right now. Plus we're under attack. Where's everyone? Oh. The stream might be lagging as well. I'm not sure. Here's the actual alleyway. It's John Wick inspired. Because at the time there was a bunch of illegal downloads to YouTube that showed all the John Wick movies, so I got to watch all 4 of them, which is what gave me the theme for this build. build was, I think, around 250 hours. So almost half of what I've spent in Jamaica playing. You'll be able to notice the rendering issues from here. Oh yeah. Maybe I did disable STS. Because if I have STS, which is scrap that settlement, all this will be not rendering properly, so I must have disabled it at some point. So these are supposed to be substations that go underground. Don't forget that thing there. This part is the only part of the build that glitches when I don't have STS disabled. Like if I go all the way back here, this will unrender. So I have to look at it at specific points. But this part here is where it's the most congested. If I go back a little bit further, get into a different road area, then come back, it'll help it out a bit, but not much. So now what I'm doing is just getting the game to get into a different zone of loading, so it doesn't have to render in any of the stuff that's near the front of the project. Yeah, it doesn't help out that much anymore. On this build would be considered unfinished as well. Like I try to add as much detail as I possibly could, but I can only take it so far. Shouldn't be having rendering issues. It's the thing with Hammond's Alley is that it's a very congested build. I'm able to build Jamaica Plane as big as I am simply because it's just a much bigger layout. Not one single area is completely congested. This stuff shouldn't be glitching. It's the first time it's done that. Maybe I do have that mod still downloaded. Yeah, I have to have that mod because it never has any rendering issues over here. Notice the iris. Like that little design. Yeah, that stuff shouldn't be having a problem rendering. The first time it's done that. If you want, I have a couple videos out on this as well. Like I have a full live stream video on it, then I also have a couple 3-minute edited videos on it. One at 205 hours and the other video when it was at this state. Yeah, this shit shouldn't be glitching out. So this is a very, very highly intricate build. So I had to redo the entire roof a second time just to get everything the way that I wanted to. Any area should be not rendering, it should be this area. No, I'm not very fond of the Methodist layer. That's too constricting. It doesn't allow for a lot of creative freedom. I like being able to do landscaping. I think if I'm going to tackle another, or when I tackle another build, it'll be something like, I've never done any of the vaults yet. And I wouldn't mind redoing Sanctuary at some point, because my first attempt wasn't the greatest, and that was done without the update. Croup Manor I've never worked on. In fact, all the builds I really want to rework on now that the PS5 next gen update is here. But yeah, Mechanist layer is pretty much like at the very bottom of the list. Definitely get some glitching from here. See how that whole corner is missing? Oh, I can take it. The frame rate really doesn't suffer all that much, it's just the rendering. But yeah, it's having a lot more rendering issues than it should be at the moment. I've never had rendering issues in here before. Now there's a few people that have done that, but it's been so long since I originally played Fallout 1. Like I played that game when it first came out. Oh my god, it's so flippin' hot in my room. Ugh. See, the only thing with the PS5 version is not the whole build on this renders in properly. When I did the video, it was on the PS4 and all this rendered in. But you see certain areas aren't rendering in. The PS4 version, everything renders in. So I have a video on Salem as well. You get better rendering from the exterior. And all my builds, all of these builds that I started building on PS5, I've live streamed from start to finish. So it says I have 700 videos, but out of those 700 videos, about 400 to 450 are live streams. So this would be a private work retreat for the main character. With staff, full-time staff. Doesn't matter what I'm looking for. I like using these for target practice. This build, I think, has 120 hours. And if you know how Venice was built, Venice was kind of the idea of behind supporting this. Because Venice is built on toothpicks. Well, really large toothpicks, but nevertheless toothpicks. Interesting. It's all good. I can't see everything that you're typing in anyways on my PS5. I have to look at my PC, and it's about double the distance than this monitor is. I've just seen whatever they have on YouTube. But no, I haven't actually seen the movie. I'd like to, but I think that requires a subscription to Netflix. I'll just wait until it's free. Whatever that happens to be. I'm really in no rush, to be honest. What kind of upsets me is that they credit Todd Howard, but they don't credit Tim Kaine. So that's why it's just like I'm really in no rush to be watching it. And Tim Kaine was the, well, Tim Kaine and Leonard were both the creators of Fallout. So I'm not sure why they're not crediting them, and they're giving Todd full credit for it. So that's kind of upsetting. That's part of the reason why I'm not in a rush to see it. It's a huge injustice done to Tim and Leonard. Yeah, like I know enough of what's going on in there, on in the movie to know what's happening. I know she found out about her father and Sandy Shady Sands. But, like I don't know all the details of the movie or TV series rather. This build as well isn't 100% completed. If I were to redo this build on the PS5 with the next gen update, yeah, it's just like, it's kind of like Disney taking over Star Wars. Like as soon as Disney took over Star Wars, it just went to crap. Like just because someone has money and buys something doesn't mean that, you know, they might own it legally, but intellectually they really don't own it. So it's just, yeah, I despise money. I despise the fact that people think that they can buy their way into things without actually doing the actual work. That to me is upsetting. Like, I'm not saying that Bethesda didn't do a great job on Fallout 4. The role-playing aspects of this game really suck. But I mean, I have never spent this many hours on a single game like I have with Fallout 4. And that's due in part because of the building aspect. So I mean, that's a huge win for them there. But that still doesn't give them a free pass. I'm not crediting Tim or Leonard. And I'd have to say Jon Favreau completely destroyed Star Wars. He should have stuck to comedy. That's another build that's not 100% done. Just because I had to do it with the PS4 version. Probably. It's like a cat, he has multiple lives. He'll be okay. It's kind of like a little pagoda, just reversed. This is supposed to be a research facility for polarizing technology. If you've ever watched Star Trek Enterprise with Jonathan Archer, they have polarizing the hull. That's the same idea with this. It polarizes the structure of the build to make it resistant to damage. This is the PS4 that would be rendering in. Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to do a little bit of a tour. I think I'll be ending the live stream soon anyways. It's getting really hot in this room. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure. And lucky for you, you caught me in a good mood today. Well, some of it in a good mood anyways. Not cannabis good mood. A good mood enough. Alright, let's load up the game again. Oh shoot, I gotta do my dailies in STO here soon. I need to refine my dilithium on 3 characters. Excuse me. Be nice, like I said, if I had a PC that can handle 4K and a capture card, because then I could just do it during the live stream. But if anything,